All right, y'all. What is really going on? I do appreciate you taking the time. With all due respect, thank you. Like I said, it is your boy. It is I, Chris, and I'm back. Shoot, I hope you're doing good wherever you're at. And I don't want to make this complicated. We'll get right into it. Death by 1,000 cuts. What does that mean? So back in the day, ninth century BC, talking about China now, they had a torture slash execution method where they would basically take, this treatment was typically reserved for high-ranking officials. High-ranking officials that were going against the grain, and eventually it went down to like normal people as capital punishment. But typically, what would happen? They'd take you, they'd hold you down or tie you up, whatever. They start administering these little cuts, from non-lethal all the way up to fatal until you essentially passed away. What does this have to do with today in this video? It's a slow death. It's a slow death, and I mean, if you read books, maybe you've already seen this kind of topic covered. If you have homies that are also intellectual, or they're already on game, maybe they've already told you about this. But I believe this is exactly what's happening to our own lives. Everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people don't realize that they're actually killing themselves slowly. They're killing their own dreams, killing their own purpose, killing their mission. You know, all at their own hand. Yeah. And so, what do I mean by that? The whole point of the death by 1,000 cuts is to basically emphasize, in a metaphorical sense, how people end up killing their own dreams little by little. It's the inconsequential, it's the seemingly inconsequential, the minor things that add up. And, I'm going to use time and money for this type of, example for what I'm going to be talking about today to kind of illustrate that, right? So, for example, right, scrolling, when you wake up in the morning, 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, you think it's not a big deal. 10, 15 minutes, I did the math already. It basically turns into about 570 hours in a year. 570 hours of your waking life scrolling off of a 15-minute habit. That seems like, oh, Chris, I got a lot of time. It's not a big deal. That's 3.5 days of your waking life. People say there's 24 hours in a day. I ask, is there really though? Is there really though? I mean, are we not subject? Are we not bonded to the human condition? Don't we all need to sleep? Don't we all need to eat? Don't we all need to groom? Right? If you're a normal person, you typically doing these things, right? And if you don't, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, alienate you. I'm just saying that most of us, we're doing those are things we need to do: sleep and eat and use the restroom, right? My point being, we don't really have 24 hours in a day, right? And if you're like most people, you got a 9 to 5, that's 8 hours out of your day. And that's not even including commute time. That's out of your work week. So what is that? If you got, let's say 8 hours of sleep, 4 hours for all your grooming, all your showering, using the restroom, um, cooking, and the actual act of eating, all that time. I know it seems like it shouldn't count, but unfortunately, it does count, right? It does count. That's 12 hours a day. So basically, you're left with, if 9 to 5, you're working your 8 hours, you're left with 4 hours in a day in your working week to really do something. And that's if you're, you know what I'm saying? That's just an estimate. I don't want to throw too many numbers at you, but I have to in order to make somewhat of a, concise point. Weekend rolls around. We got 2 days, again, 12 hours of, sleep and whatever else you got to do. You really got 12 hours on each weekend, a day as well. So what is that, 24 hours? 20 plus the work week. That's, about 40 hours a week that you really have to do like free stuff, whatever you want to do, right? 160 hours in a month. Take that, hold up. And really what that turns into, oh yeah, that's right, I did the math. That's about 2,000 hours a year that you got, free time. And so what is that? So you really have, after your work week, after your sleeping, after your grooming and all that, after just your sleep, your eating, your restroom use, your grooming, your hygiene, getting dressed, you're looking at 88 days left out of your year. That's about 1/3 that you have left. So when I say that you're spending about 3.5 days just scrolling off of a 15-minute habit, I mean, I don't know. You tell me, is that a lot? I think that's a lot. I think that's a lot. I think that's a lot for a small habit like that. You tell me though. I'm not here to tell you what is what. I'm just telling you the facts. Okay? Or maybe offer some perspective. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, that's off of one habit, and then that goes double if you going 30 minutes a day. That's not including if you smoke cigarettes, you take a little 15-minute break. That's not including when you're at work and then you go out for a little 30-minute coffee break, 10-minute walk, buy your coffee, 10-minute walk back. These things add up. And then what are you really left with? How much time do you really have for your purpose? I mean, unless your purpose is your work, which I mean, props to you. I mean, yeah, props to you, straight up. I think that's beautiful too. But for me, I'm just not there. I mean, yeah, I mean that's a whole different conversation. But anyways, and then another one. That's the time aspect. Let's talk about the money aspect, right? I mean, I don't know if I'm estimating too high here, but let's say you like to go drink and eat with your friends, you're socializing, one day out the week. One day out the week, 100 to $200. I'm gonna go with $200, right? $200 in a weekend. I feel like doesn't sound too crazy. I mean, does it? Again, you can tell me. $200 in a weekend times 4 weeks. That's already 800 times 12. We looking at 9,600. 10K. 10K. Now you tell me, if somebody at the end of your year asked you, would you rather have 10K or go out once a week? What would you rather have? Again, I mean, I'm not gonna even tell you what I would rather have. You probably already know, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you. I'd rather, obviously. I mean, for me, 10K, yeah, 10K over going out. I mean, shoot. I mean, people can then say, oh yeah, but when I'm out there, I'm socializing, I'm networking. That's how I'm, meeting these people. That's how I got these jobs. And if that's you, that's great. I think that's wonderful, straight up. I think that's beautiful. I think a lot of people don't see them. My point being is, I'm not saying don't do these things. I'm just saying, I'm just urging you to maybe be just mindful of how these little things do add up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, we got the time, we got the money. I mean, I don't want to go too far. I don't want to go too far because I think, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I'm not going to treat you like you're dumb. I think you get it, right? Yeah, I think you get it. So what do we do about it now? I mean, so yeah, that's one habit. One 15-minute habit costs you 3.5 days out of your 88 days in a year that you have a free time, right? 3.5 days. And then let's say it's an hour habit. You got an hour habit, so that's 365 hours. Hold up. That's 15 days. 15 days out of your 90 days, 88 days, you're spending scrolling. Or you're doing whatever for an hour. That's why I will argue, ask yourself, is that really worth it? The context is so important because we can just say, oh, Chris, there's 24 hours in a day. I got so much time. I mean, my whole point here is we don't have as much time as we think. This life is fast. I don't know about you. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I think life is short. And so that's why, I'm hoping I can emphasize here for people the brevity of life, of your waking life, why your choices matter so much, the inconsequential, the seemingly inconsequential minor activities that you choose to participate in. How does that really, play out in the long term? And we're only talking about 1 year at a time here, right? Talk about, 10 years at a time. You drink in 10 years, dude, that's 100K. That's 100 big bags. 100 big bags. What could you have done with 100 big ones, man? Bro, that's seed money, bro. That's already a business right there. And bro, that's already seed money. That's straight and that's liquid. That's not even credit. Bro, how much could you have done with that? That's the money aspect, but all the time, 365 hours, or you know what I'm saying? 15 days. 15 days of straight waking hour. That's the fruit of your of your year, the fruit of your weekend, or the fruit of your week that you're choosing to spend these ways. I hope that I hope this helps. I mean, shoot, I'm not trying to, what's it called? Uh I'm not trying to, sell fear. I'm not trying to tell you, hey, be fast and I can't waste time on anything. But it's just good to, I think, be mindful. Like me, dude, I mean, straight up, I have a lot of vices too. I mean, I cut out a lot of the major ones, but I still have them. I still have them. You know what I mean? I still be scrolling. I still be scrolling. I don't think it's good to, but I still be doing that. And for a lot longer than 15 minutes, I'll admit that too. This is not coming from a person telling you, hey, get like me. I'm saying, let's all get better together. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying, hey, this life is fast, man. This YouTube channel, I just see it as, the proverbial writing on the wall. It's the, caveman drawings. It's just, in modern day, if this helps anybody, I hope it does. I hope it reaches anybody that, and, if it helps one person, that's enough for me, man. Straight up. So anyways, here, we'll keep it short. I think that, we don't have to go too far. Thank you so much if you made it this far. Like I said, if you want to help your boy out, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see some more of this, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help your brother out. And shoot, y'all be good, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Y'all be good now.